What is up? We are in part 2 now. Part 2. Numbers 14 through 25. Gonna get into some logs. Alright, I do suggest, I just glanced at the actual test a little bit, that you go back and check out your logarithm test, practice test. Go back and check out our log video on whatever unit that was. What was that? 8, I think. Because the test questions are all similar, but they're a little bit tougher than these ones in this little group. So I would suggest just looking that over. Here, this is just our change of base formula we're looking for. So 3 is going to go on top, 5 goes on bottom. Bam. Easy, easy. The one on your real test doesn't do the change of base thing, though. It's a little bit more like this. So you might want to write this one down, log A minus 3 log B. So what we're going to do in order to kind of condense this is to bring that 3 up and make an exponent out of it. So you got log A minus log B cubed. And then the minus sign means fraction, so it would be log of A over B cubed. And that would be your simplified answer. So the real one is a little more like that. But I think we can handle that. It's going to be nice and easy. Alright, here we're condensing as well, so we're going to do the same types of things. Bring that power up here, so that's going to be a x cubed. It says divide by the 8, so I'm going to put the 8 on the bottom. Plus means multiply, so I'm going to put the y on the top. That's it, really. This means goes to the bottom. This means multiplies up top. Alright, what are our solutions here? We got natural log on both sides, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this 2 up here and make it natural log of x plus 3 equals log of 4 squared. So now that I have log on both sides, we can kind of just forget about them and just think x plus 3 equals 4 squared is 16. So x has to just equal a nice easy 13. Right, look at these crazy answers, right? 13, nice and easy. Good stuff. This one, not as easy. We've got the e here, so we're going to have to natural log both sides. This one, do not cancel this log over here. It's stuck. We're stuck with this ugly thing. This one is the one that cancels away, and we're just left with our 2x. So 2x equals log of 20, divide by 2. And please don't be the kid that thinks you're going to get log of 10 and be tricked into this answer right here. It don't work. It's log of 20 over 2. So we're stuck with this answer. It's what it is. Alright, here, one of those crazy exponent type problems. So we got to think about how can I make my bases the same. My 2 is pretty easy. It's 2. You don't get simpler. How do I make a 2 into an 8? That's 2 cubed. And I got to keep that power up there, the 3x minus 1. So 2 cubed makes 8. 2 times 2 times 2. So now that my bases are the same, they kind of go away. 3x plus 1 then is going to equal this. I got to sort of distribute here and get 9x minus 3. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides, get 6x here. I'm going to add 3 over and get 4. Divide by 6, and 4 over 6 reduces to 2/3 as our final answer. Alright, this old guy. We really just need to look in here. Increased. It's going up. If things are increasing, then our inside parentheses is going to be 1 plus whatever that percentage is doing. If it's talking about a decrease, that's going to be 1 minus whatever that percentage is doing. So these guys here that are decimals less than 1, I'm crossing out. 10 is just the percentage. 1 point, 10.2 basically. 10.2 is a decimal, is going to bounce over and be 0.102. So D is our answer. It's 1 plus this as a decimal to make my inside number. And I promise you that's really all you need to know out of that guy right there. Just whether it's going up or down, and which way it's going to go. With that, alright, maximum minimum. This is one of the little things we didn't really talk about in your class. We graph these things, and we better know that since this is a 3 in front, that it's a positive, and it's going to look like this as a parabola. So that means we're looking for a minimum, the point right here that's the lowest. So you can take all of these, plug them in here for x, and decide which one's going to be our smallest. Now, I think about negative 28 squared, the negative goes away, right, and this becomes a big number. So it doesn't matter that this is a negative here, it's going to be pretty big. So if I was you, I'd be checking these points right here. The other way to do it is there's a little formula called negative b over 2a. B and a are just these two numbers, just like with our big long quadratic formula. So negative 12 over 2 times 3 gives us negative 12 over 6. Negative 12 over 6 is negative 2. So that's the x coordinate of our minimum now. And there you go, negative 2. But if you plug it in, you'll find that it's the smallest answer. So you can do it that way too. Here we got something varies inversely. R varies inversely, that means k over s. So remember that comma separates the two different types of problems. So we plug in 3 equals k over negative 4. All we got to do is multiply both sides by negative 4. So I get negative 12 equals k. That's partly there, partly there. Whoa, how did I say partly? Going to plug in 9 to go with my k. So r is going to equal negative 12 over 9, which just reduces to negative 4/3. That's it. So you got your two different parts separated by the comma on which one you do when. 22. Oh, goodness. Alright, division means these two are going to flip over. So let's factor this guy first. He's got an x to give us x plus 3. This guy here, what multiplies to 6 and adds up to 5 is going to be x plus 2 times x plus 3. So now I'm going to factor this guy here. Actually, let's put that in a different color. Feel a little better about it. So this guy, what multiplies to 12 and subtracts to make 4 is going to be x minus 6, x plus 2. And then factor my top, minus 36 is x plus 6, x minus 6. So these two have traded places so that everything matches up, and now it's just a matter of crossing out stuff. Plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 minus 6 minus 6. So x and x plus 6 are what's left to make our final answer there. Here we go with a little LCM problem. We should be good at these. We just took our test on it. 5 and 6 both multiply up to make a 30, and we need a C on it. So we're going to have a 30C kind of on each one of these. Multiplying here. The C's are going to cancel out. 30 divided by 5 is 6. The C's are going to cancel out, and 30 divided by 6 is 5. Here we're going to multiply. 11 times 30 is 330C. That's 11 equals, 330C divided by 330. Hey, what goes into 11 and 330? Well, 11 does, because that's how we made the 330. So that's going to be 1 over 30. I don't know that it's going to work out like that exactly on your real one, but that's just how this one kind of did. And yeah, looking at the one on their test, it's actually a little easier than this. It's just like one of the ones we put on our test. Imagine that. Who are we to try to prepare you for these things? Alright, in order to do this, I need to factor this guy here. That's going to be x minus 4, x plus 2. Hey, imagine that. It's the other two things. So our LCM is going to be both of those parenthesis groups, x minus 4, x plus 2. So we got the minus 4 here and here, the plus 2 here and here. So we're going to put both parenthesis groups on everybody. I'm not going to write them out. you can imagine what they look like. There's the minus 4, this one's the plus 2. The minus and the minus will cancel. So we're going to have 2 times our plus 2 one, so x plus 2. Here, both of them are going to cancel and just leave minus 4m. How did I change that to an x? That's an m. Minus 8. Now here, the minus and the plus. Whoa, that was crazy. Well, the pluses are going to cancel and leave 2 times your x minus 4. Alright, so now it's a matter of can we do some distribution? And I sure can. Bam, there it goes. Just distributing. Now we're going to collect like terms. Gives me minus 2m. And I'm writing x's everywhere. Alright, I'm going to add my 2m over here and get 4m. I'm going to add my 8 over here and get 20. Divide by 4. So m equals 5. That's a big ugly problem, but if you take your time through it and work out your negative signs, you should be okay. The last question that got printed here, it's nothing like what they actually put on your test, so yeah, don't even worry about it. I made this one up for you. Randy and Marcos are in Mr. B's class. They're cleaning the quad. You should remember this one is that work problem we just took on our last test. Randy's slow, so he's doing 10 minutes. Marcos a little quicker, so he's getting it done in 5. So we're going to go x over 10 plus x over 5 equals 1. Our LCM in this case is going to be that 10. So you put a 10 on everybody. Hey, there goes. It's gone. That becomes 2x equals 10. So we divide by our 3, and on your semester exam they just leave it like that, even though nobody's going to talk about 10/3 of an hour. And it's what they're, or minute. Ooh, I put hour. Talking about minutes in this one. But yeah, they'll be fine leaving it like that. And success. You are ready to go for your semester exam. I really hope you do well. It is the last big thing for your guys' quarter grades, and it's worth more than your regular test by a little bit, so you need to do well. I'm sure you're going to make good choices out there. Oh no. Be well.